I can't believe I am finally making this video. I'm sure you can tell from the title what it is I'm going to talk about, and I'm really nervous and excited. I feel so many things, but before I get talking, I just want to do one thing first. I have a bottle of champagne to celebrate. Really cheap champagne. How do you open this thing? Okay. Oh. So anyway, cheers! Zivim! I'm moving to Serbia! Cheers! I can't believe I'm making this video because this is something that I have been working on for a year now. A year, and I can't believe it's finally time. I am moving to Serbia in less than a month, and I'm so excited. I'm honestly a bit emotional about it. So this has been my dream for the past year, and I'm a bit overwhelmed. I think the reason I'm so emotional about this is because oh fuck, I'm crying already. Don't cry. I don't want to put on my makeup again. The reason I'm so emotional about this is because if you watch my other videos, you know that I live in the United States, and I'm sorry. Okay, I really don't want to cry too much. I live in the United States, and I just don't have a lot of friends. The things that I'm interested in, like my obsession with the Balkans, like I don't really have people to talk to about that. And not even just the Balkans, like I love traveling. I've been to 30 countries, and I just don't have a lot of friends who have a huge desire to see the world. Now that I've really fallen in love with another part of the world, and it's the Balkans, I don't really have anyone to talk to about it. And that's why this YouTube channel means so much to me, because coming to my YouTube channel, that's really the only time that I can be myself. I've met so many amazing people through my YouTube channel, and I just really don't know what I would do if I don't know what I would do if I didn't have this YouTube channel. So thank you so much to like everyone who's messaged me and left me a comment. I really appreciate it, because you guys are my friends. You guys have been like my best friends. I don't know what I would do without this YouTube channel. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you guys who message me on Facebook and comment on my YouTube channel and tell me that I'm eating cevapcici wrong. Like, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you guys in my life. So it really means so much to me, because I don't have any friends. I have a few friends, but even at that, like, I feel like they're just friends to go out with, you know? When I do talk about my YouTube channel or my love for the Balkans, like, they're just not interested. If I had some sort of obsession with France and I was telling my friends like, oh, I'm moving to Paris, I'm sure they'd be like, oh, that's so cool, because France is a place that's marketed to the United States for travel. London is a place that's marketed to the United States for travel. Unfortunately, the Balkans is a region of the world that hasn't been marketed to the United States for travel. And so when I talk to my friends about my obsession with the Balkans, it's literally crickets. So I wanted to explain why I'm moving to Serbia and what has happened to me in this past year that's led me to this point, led me to this decision. So why? As you can see on my channel, I'm really obsessed with the Balkans. Like, I'm obsessed, I'm in love, I'm like a stalker. I just really love the Balkans so much, and specifically my favorite city has been Belgrade. And just for anyone who hasn't watched any videos on my channel before, and somehow you're down the YouTube rabbit hole and you're watching this video and you're like, why is this bitch so obsessed with the Balkans? I explained this in my previous video where I just answered some questions about myself, so you can check that out. So just to explain again really briefly why I'm so obsessed. When I was in university, I was a history minor for about a year, and then I changed it because I changed my major and I had to change my minor. But anyway, when I was a history minor, I had a focus on former Yugoslavia. I did a lot of research on the history of former Yugoslavia, and then later in my life I started traveling to the Balkans once I got more into traveling. Like I said, I've traveled to 30 countries. I love traveling. Once I started traveling, to the Balkans, I was like, oh my god, I love this place so much. I love this region of the world so much. I love the food, the people, the nightlife, the beautiful sea, the beautiful rivers, the mountains. I love the mountains. All the old towns, all the fortresses, the old towns. Walking through the old towns, it's like walking through a magical, ancient story. It's just such an amazing feeling. And most importantly, I love the people who live in Balkan countries. If you are from a Balkan country and you're watching this, I think you're like the most beautiful person in the world. People who live in Balkan countries, to me, they're just the nicest, coolest, most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. So all of those reasons, I just really fell in love with the Balkans. So last year, I went on a trip to the Balkans and I came back to the United States after that trip. Oh crap, I'm gonna cry again. But I came back to the United States after that trip and I honestly felt depressed. Like, I felt really sad. I felt like I can't even talk. Maybe I need some more champagne. I came back to the United States and I felt depressed, I felt sad. It was because I was so tired of living this life where I just go to work and I work and I work and I work for an entire year, and then I only have 3 weeks, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but I only have 3 weeks to spend time with this part of the world that I'm so in love with. And this like light bulb just went off in my head, like, Nwando, like, you don't have to do this. Especially as an American, especially as someone who comes from a Western country, like, you have so many opportunities. You have kind of like a head start to like chasing your dreams. Like, we see that now every day on Instagram and social media, like, chase your dreams, and it seems so like it's such an easy thing to say sometimes, but I do feel like Americans and people who come from Western countries, really more than anyone in the world, don't have any excuse to not chase their dreams. And I realized after that trip that my dream is to live in the Balkans. No region of the world just made me feel the way I felt when I was in the Balkans. I just reached a point where I realized that, why am I living this way? Like, why am I ignoring who I am, what I love? Why am I telling myself that I'm happy when I'm not, or that I'm fine with the way my life is going? And after I took this last trip, I was just like, Nwando, like, wake the fuck up. Like, you love the Balkans, you want to live there, so you need to find a way to make this happen. The reason I've been emotional making this video is because I've spent the last year of my life finding a way. I just can't believe that, like, it's like almost time to go. Like, like, it's just a crazy feeling knowing that you have such a big dream and to know that, like, it's almost time to go. It's a crazy, amazing, scary, but still amazing and exciting feeling, and I guess for all those reasons that's why I'm emotional and I keep crying. So, for the past year, I've been trying to make this happen. So, finding a way. I knew that I had to do one of two things, maybe do both of them at the same time, but I had already been interested in like finding a way to work online. I had spent like my entire 2016 working towards that, but I also felt like, you know, why should I wait to move to the Balkans? And that's when I was kind of like, you know what, maybe I should just try and find a job in the Balkans, since I don't have to work in the United States and save money the whole year just to go to the Balkans for a few weeks or something. Like, that's so stupid. So there's been 3 countries that I've been considering in terms of moving there and like pursuing this dream of mine. They've been Serbia, of course, where I'm actually going. The other one is Macedonia and Montenegro. The reasons I wanted to live in Macedonia and Montenegro is because, well, Macedonia, I have a lot of friends there. I spent the most amount of time in Macedonia than I have in any other place in the Balkans. And Macedonia, within like half a day, you can be in like many other countries in the Balkans. And that was also the appeal of Montenegro with me. Montenegro is a very small country and it's very easy to be in Bosnia in a day, in Serbia in a day, in Croatia in a day. And the reason I wanted to live in Serbia, specifically in Belgrade, is because Belgrade is just the most amazing city I've ever been to in my life. So the thing that was kind of like holding me back from like being like, I should really move there, is that I really wanted to be able to, like, if I work in the country that I'm living in, I thought it would be nice to be able to like travel to another part of the Balkans for the weekend. And I felt like it would be a little bit harder to do that living in Belgrade. But I was still like, it's the best city. So I wasn't like, no, I can't live there. Like, I feel like my heart was always telling me, Nwando, like, you have to, like, that's the city for you. There are people who love London, there are people who love Paris, there are people who fall in love with Dubai and they become expats in all of these cities, and Belgrade has just been that city for me. It was the city I most fell in love with. It's just incredible. So I knew I wanted to live in one of those three countries, and those are the reasons why. Then when I started thinking about like, hey, I should try and find a job in one of these countries, the more I looked, the more I realized there's absolutely no opportunities for foreigners in Macedonia, really, and in Montenegro. I mean, you can find opportunities just like teaching English or something, but I knew I didn't want a job like that. No offense to anyone that teaches English, but that's just not for me. Like, as much as I like want to live there so badly, that's just not a job that I would want to do. So I felt like in my search, I was mostly finding that there were jobs in Belgrade and Zagreb. And I love Croatia. Like, Croatia's one of the most beautiful countries I've ever seen in my life. It's so fucking beautiful. I just kind of felt like even if there's opportunities in Zagreb, I would rather live in Belgrade because I love Belgrade, and I just can't imagine that I would love another city more than Belgrade. Like, I just can't imagine that. On top of that, most of my friends who live in the Balkan countries live in Serbia and they live in Belgrade. Really had the most friends there who could like help me in terms of things that I needed to get done in order to make this move. The more and more that I thought about it, the more and more that I thought about my life in the Balkans, the more and more that I just like really realized, you know what, Nwando, like, it's Belgrade. That's it. There's no other option, really. I feel like so many people move to like their dream city, and I lived in Australia, I lived here in the United States, I lived in Washington, DC, and I've never really lived somewhere that I just loved. But I just loved everything about Belgrade from my time there, and then the more I've looked into like a life there, the more I'm so excited to live there. So then the bulk of what I've been working on in terms of finding a way to make this happen, I've been finding a way for the past year to live in Belgrade. My goal was to move to Belgrade by August of 2017, so I am doing that. I am moving in August of 2017, so everything has come into fruition for the most part. I mean, I'm not gonna believe it until I see it, until I step off the plane and I step out of customs at Nikola Tesla Airport and I ride away into the Serbian sunset. But for the most part, it's coming into fruition, and it's just such an amazing feeling. And yeah, so that is all. To je sve. I am moving to Belgrade, Serbia in less than a month, and I cannot wait. Oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait to walk down Makedonska ulica again, because that's where I stayed the first time I was in Belgrade, and I can't wait to walk down that street again. I'm so excited. I'm scared, I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I'm so grateful for the opportunities that have come my way, and I'm going to give my all to them. So I'm really going to make the most of it and be the best person I can be. So that is it for this video. I'm so happy. I'm sorry that I was so emotional and I cried so much. I am really, really happy, and I don't know if that came across in the video, but I'm really happy, guys. If you have anything that you want to share with me, something I should know about this move, let me know. If you've moved to Serbia, let me know. If you live in Serbia, let me know. If you don't live in Serbia, that you live in a country next to Serbia and there's some useful information you have for me, let me know. And if you have any questions for me, comment below and I will answer. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and wherever you're watching it from, dobro jutro, dobar dan, dobro veče, and maybe to some, laku noć. Love you so much. Ciao.